Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. Hi, everyone. Hold up. Oh, it's wicked hot, too. Medium math teacher at 11. Huh? A medium math teacher at 11. Your lab or math? My math teacher at 11. Okay. You need the laptop? No. I'm not sure.
Are you going to be using it or can I just take it
now? It's charging right now. Good morning. You can charge it downstairs if you'd like. See ya, alligator. Hi. Hi. A full moon.
I don't know if it's actually 10:30.
I don't know if the Wi-Fi will be hooked up by then either. You might have to do a hotspot. Wi-Fi is done in the house, and my dad got so irritated with the company that he basically told them to screw off, and now we have a different company here. I'm just like, okay, I'm totally out of that. Totally. Not my business. I don't want nothing to do with it. Why are we sliding? How is everyone? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Weekend love. Thank you. Seriously right now? Very strange. So that's what's happening in this house right now. Chaos. It's that type of thing. And I went and got my nails done this morning. And my nail tech, I love him, right? But he gives me such a hard time. I broke a nail, so it's so much shorter. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot shorter. So he was pissed because he wanted to put a fake nail on it. And I was like, no, I'm not putting a fake nail on. I'm like, it doesn't have a natural curve, right? So I was giving him shit. So he was bent out of shape with my nail tech. So I'm like, is everyone bent out of shape with me? You know, like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So you gotta love it when your nail tech is just as disappointed as you are when you break a nail. But you can stop giving me shit and bitch about it for 45 minutes because I didn't want to put a fake nail on. I was like, I'll deal. But I'm like, Bruce, I'm like, this is, he's like, what? He's like, but that's your main finger. Because he knows what I do. He knows I'm a righty, right? So he's like, that's your main finger. I was like, I don't care, Bruce. I love you, but I don't care. So I argued with him. All right? I argued with my nail tech for almost actually an hour. No, for like 45 minutes until finally he was just like, it's your finger. Oh, thanks for letting me know it's my finger. Because when I walked in, it was apparently they were your hands and my nails belong to you. So thank you for letting me take ownership of my own fingers. Appreciate it. So that was my morning. I will tell you, I just saw the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Cups. What was the first one I saw? Here's the Eight of Wands. I don't even remember working with these cards. The High Priestess, King of Wands. Must have been like the last time we dished them out. But I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. I spent the weekend with Ash, and then I ended up going away Sunday, coming back Monday morning. And then yesterday was just it was a crazy day. It was a crazy day. And besides that, my eyes were like, they were so swollen. Me and Ash, we stayed up till like 4 a.m, but we also cried, and it was the craziest thing. We cried over the craziest things. I had to wake up the next day and like question everything I even cried about. I was like, why am I crying about this? It was very bizarre. I don't even know, like, I definitely got triggered, but like, we had people come over after we went out, which is probably what we shouldn't have done, and I think they triggered something. I'm not really sure, but here I was talking to this guy, crying my eyes out to him. He was like, it's okay. I'm like, but, and it was all over my ex-husband, and I noticed something came up in the live feed, and I don't remember, but Ash was saying something like, you were defending him, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever, no big deal, you know what I mean? And then for an hour I cried, and I was like to this guy, and I'm like, am I in denial? It's been 4 years. Like, I don't even like him. I don't love him, and I don't even like him. I mean, I was losing my shit, guys. Like, losing my shit. And the next morning, he's like, all good. I didn't do anything with him. You know, just thought I'd put it out there considering the next morning. But he was like, it's okay. But he got triggered that night too. And it was all about his ex. And he's actually seeing Ash. So Ash was kind of like, why are you always bringing this up? And blah, blah, blah. And she's actually a YouTuber too. Good morning. So we triggered each other, but he knew. Like, I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I really don't even like him. You know, like, I had no idea where it came from. And then the next day I had to question, like, have I been in denial? Like, there's no freaking way I've been in denial. Like, what was this all about? You know what I mean? And I still haven't figured it out, but nor am I going to continue to. I kind of nipped that in the butt because I'm not really sure what that was regarding. But I mean, I cried hard, like purging, like I don't even know where it came from, but I was like, apparently that was needed. Apparently you've been bent out of shape more than you thought you were. You know? And it had nothing to do with him, but he's the one that's what triggered it. So weird. Who comes into your life and triggers things, you know? And then Sunday I hung out with Billy for a while. A lot of stuff got triggered then too. I was like, man, but all weekend, what soulmate energy. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I did end up grabbing a quick lunch, a quick coffee with the first one I was telling you about on Friday. When I got off the phone with you, I was like, I'll just meet up. So that was nice. So it was like, I met up with 3 soulmates over the weekend. It's crazy. But things became a lot clearer. You know, I'm not really sure how or why, but definitely know like what I want, where I want to go. Like, so whether it works out in my favor or not. So that's a nice thing. You know? So that was my weekend yesterday. We just had to like recoup a little bit. And I know I was like day drinky on Saturday, but like it was not smashed by any means. But I like all of a sudden quick boom, like you're out. I was out. Like by 6 o'clock I was in bed. And Ash was like, nope, let's go, get up. I was like, nobody's moving me. You know, like I just hit the bed. Well, you know how many shots we just did. Like, and it wasn't even that many. I think it was like only 3. I can handle my liquor. So that wasn't that many for me. But even that buzz was way different. Even the buzz was. Because I remember laying in bed like, I'm going to get sick. Well, if I get sick, fuck it. I'm like, but I know if I go to the bathroom right now, I'm like, I'll end up sleeping on the bathroom floor. I said I don't want one of those nights. Mind you, it's 6 o'clock, right? So I willed myself out of that. Like, it was so weird. Like, I was like, you're not going to get sick. I just totally told myself, like, you're not going to get sick. And talked myself right out of that. The next conversation that came up in my head, I talked myself out of that. Then finally, I remember laying in the bed. I'm like, Courtney, you can either get up and go out, or you can go to bed for the night. What do you want to do? Like, I was literally like, I don't know who I was talking to. I ended up getting out of bed. And then I was like wide awake, but I was still buzzed. Like, I didn't even have to drink the rest of the night. Like, it was the craziest thing. And I'm like, I probably am not going to drink for a while because the whole liquor messed with me. Like, I wouldn't believe it. I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know if anyone had any experiences like that over the weekend. Normally I can drink a lot and do a lot, but there's a lot of people smoking around me too. So I think I probably got high off other people's fucking weed, to be honest with you. I'm like, you could have at least freaking rolled some freaking green leaf, something better to inhale, you know? So it's probably a combo of that. I was like, okay. But it was nice because I got out of bed. There was a whole bunch of food there. It was great. It's great. It was like my buzz stayed for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours without having to drink a damn anything. It was the weirdest thing. I didn't question it though. I was like, okay, I'll deal with this. So yeah, that was my weekend. I had a great weekend though. And I didn't wake up hungover, which is great because I usually wake up hungover on days like that. And I haven't had a hangover in a really long time. I don't normally get them. So I got lucky with that. Yeah. Well, yeah, someone made a comment like, you drink? Yes, spiritual people aren't supposed to drink. I remember. And I was like, get the fuck out of my channel. Like, what? Prude? Then don't drink. Don't judge me for drinking though. I was dying. Get me going, especially when I'm drinking. Wrong choice. Did I take a leave? I probably took a lot of things, Michael. I was definitely digging in the wrong cupboard. I remember I told Ash, like, queen of like medicine and everything. I was like, I need some Motrin. I did say that. And she was like, you know where it is? I'm like, no, last time I went into your cupboard. Like, I think you drugged me. Like, nope, not a thing. So I did. It was great. I had a fantastic time. I hung out with friends that were pretty much soulmates, and I realized what I want and not to question certain stuff anymore and just let it flow. And if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, then I'll accept that certain things don't and move forward. But now is definitely a time to be honest with what you want. Like, I'm sure it will come out in the cards too, but it really is like, got something to talk about it, talk about it. If you got somebody around that you can say and talk to or anything about, or maybe there's something you want to say but you're not saying, say it. If you know you got that one person, talk to that one person. Now's the time. You know? So let's see what energy comes out for the full moon in Taurus. And welcome all my newbies. I got a lot of newbies. I got a lot of freshies. Yeah, I'm not really a casual drinker. When I drink, I drink. That's why I was surprised. Like, that was nothing. But I haven't drank in a while, so maybe that's what it was. Because I can definitely handle my liquor. And the fact that I saw myself on the bathroom floor and had to talk myself out of that made me like, what the frick? How did I get here? So I'm sure it has a lot to do. I went through like major transformations too. When your body goes through major transformations like that, you do handle different stuff differently. You know what I mean? Your body reacts to coffee differently. Your body will react to, maybe you won't notice it with coffee, maybe over time. But if you're not a casual drinker and you go to drink a month later after a massive transformation, your body changes, right? So just be aware of that. Phew, there's a lot of things that actually changed now that I think about it. But let's see what this Taurus new moon. Yeah, the guy ends up crying too, right? He was actually a kid. He wasn't even a guy. I think he was like 23. Because I remember when I first saw him walk through the door, I was like, who brought you here? I was like, your mom with you? I was giving him a hard time. And instantly, I was like, oh, this guy has an old soul. Like, and mind you, okay, I did give him a little bit of a hard time, but laughing though. There was 5 of us. We were all cancers. All cancers. I was like, I think we all ended up crying. Even he cried. All the guys, 3 men showed up. They all cried. That was our Saturday night. And then Ashley started crying. Ashley started crying at like 4 a.m. I'm like, girlfriend, bedtime now. This one's trying to fix this one. This one's trying to intervene. I was like, you guys know where you're sleeping. Get to it. I got her. Go do what it is you guys are going to do. Me and her are going to bed. All of us at different points were crying. Yeah, it was like, what is this? A moon ritual? Like, what are we doing? Purging? All cancers, too. I was like, leave it to Ash to invite that crew over. Oh, so much fun, though. We still had a great time, and we all got something out of it. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of it. But it was nice that the one I was talking to, very old soul. I love running into old souls like that because I didn't have to explain myself. Every time I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, why are you apologizing? I'm like, I don't know. So, and then the next morning, he's like, you were hysterical. He's like, I know you were upset. He's like, but you were like, he's like, don't question anything because the whole time you were like, I don't even like him. I don't even love him anymore. Like it was all about like that husband. It was very bizarre. So which makes me kind of like weary. Like, is there something underlying that's going on with him that I'm unaware of? But like empathically, I'm aware of it. You know what I mean? Because it really had nothing to do with my ex-husband. Like I actually meditated all night, used my freaking. I was like, do I really have baby daddy issues? Please tell me I don't have baby daddy issues. Which I never thought I did. But I handled that break so well that like I had to question it because I did handle it so well. So I did question whether or not I was like missing something or like in denial. And like I finally come to like a realization. I was like, thank God, like it was nothing like that. So I'm thinking there might be something going on with him. But I'm not even gonna overthink that shit. You know, just be honest and truthful with who you are and what you want right around this time and accept things. I must have had to release something, but then I'm thinking to myself, like, honestly, I don't think it had anything to do with him. But then why didn't whatever it had to do with actually get acknowledged? Right? So I'm not sure. I didn't feel the need to like reach out and be like, are you okay? Like it's very weird. So I'm definitely not overthinking it, nor do I think I have issues into that. Could be childhood trauma, who knows? But all I know is that it was such a good cry. It was such a fantastic release that I felt so much better. Because sometimes I'm real strong. And I'm like, I won't even shed a tear. And then other days I will. You know? It's good to cry. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't do it. I'll feel that tear roll and I'm like, no, that's bullshit. I don't need to shed a tear over that bullshit. So let's see what it comes out on the card. Yeah, I'm not a big crier. I'm like, well, I can't say that. Sometimes I'm a big crier. But I just haven't had a good cry like that in a long time, so that was nice. Still don't know what it's about, nor do I care though. Because whatever it was, I know came out. But yeah, it didn't help when you put 5 cancers in one room. Okay. That was obviously divinely orchestrated. Oh man. And even them, they were like, never again. Like they were dying too. We're not doing this ever again. And I'm like, I hear you on that. Like that was a whole lot. I think for them it was more like, I think they were more humiliated. Me and Ashley were used to crying, you know, but I think for them it was like almost like it's a moment in their life that they actually won't forget. You know what I mean? It's one of those moments where he'll remember that for a very, very long time. I got the goosebumps. I know for a fact that whole crowd will. Not so much me and Ash. I mean, we might look at it and laugh, right? But for them, it was more like an awakening, like soul family kind of getting together, right? Without even really knowing it and just kind of like triggering, just like a catalyst after catalyst after catalyst. Crazy. And of course, these ones are smoking, you know, so it was probably like even worse. I remember one time I was dying. I'm like, I didn't mean to laugh. Yeah, he's like, he sounded just like me. He's like, I don't know why I'm even crying. I'm like, it's gonna be okay. And you know, like, I don't want to baby everybody. You know, like, it was, but it went smooth. Like we all gained a grip. You know, it was funny. It was funny. So, I think my most important message I can give you right now for the full moon, if you know, release what needs to be released or whatnot. Life's not easy, right? But if you can try to be as open and honest as you can about anything that's going on in your life, it's only going to help you move forward. So, Taurus full moon. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. What are we at? 23? Someone wants to timestamp this. 23. That would be fantastic. Oh yeah, we probably all felt another pain. I was like, at one point I was like, what's your rising? What's your moon? You know, and they're like, huh? I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. Once I realized, because I looked at him and I was like, are you a Cancer? I could just tell. He came in with the tattoos all over his body covered. He had a rose on his hand. I just saw the rose in that outline. And I was like, are you a Cancer? He's like, how'd you know that? And then the other one's like, I'm like, are you a Cancer? He's like, I don't even know what that is. I was like, what's your birthday? And then I look at him and I'm like, please don't tell me you're a Cancer. And he's like, yeah, I'm a Cancer. And then they'll all like, and you should, at this point, you should see the look on my face because I'm like, we're fucked. Like, Ashley, like, I got the goosebumps right now. Like, I knew instantly. I'm like, we're fucking screwed. Like, you just put 5 Cancers at a table drinking. So, there was that. Oh man, they were all like, what, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, nothing, we're good. So King of Cups is the first one out. So you got a masculine energy. This is the king of water, right? It's the king of all kings. I don't know, are they? You got the Knight of Swords too right next to it. So the Knight of Swords definitely delivers clarity, harsh, straight to the point. Someone might be communicating with King of Cups, and the King of Cups might not be communicating. Just because the back is turned, but this is almost like an angel in disguise, right? The Knight of Swords does come in to benefit us and to get to the bottom of things. You might be dealing with someone who's a little grumpy, because he looks a little grumpy, but he's also staring at a snake like he's about to overcome maybe demons, battles, something. I mean, this couldn't even be my feminine and masculine energy. I mean, we obviously have a lot more to read. But so far, we're looking at the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords definitely delivers messages that are straight to the point on whatever's going on. Honest, truthful, very blunt. Taurus full moon. Taurus full moon. So you could be dealing with a water sign that's actually got the Six of Cups. So there's definitely messaging between soulmates going down. We knew that was coming around and resurfacing anyway. It's not even really Mercury per se. This one, this is like what I was just talking about, and I was like, it'll probably come up in the cards, but I was kind of hoping that it didn't resurface in the cards because I just talked about it, so I was kind of hoping something else would kind of take its place, but it is what it is. So it looks like there's going to be some type of communication that has to do with a soulmate or something regarding a child. One of those type of situations. But this could simply be interacting with a different group of people that are, you're meant to interact with at this time. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. You got the Two of Swords, which is peace restored. So someone's looking to restore peace, or this is just a time to restore peace in your life. It's really up to you on whether or not you want to try to restore. It's also the Two of Swords, so someone is considering, but the outcome can be a peaceful resolution to something, whatever this is, pertaining to. Let me just get a few more. What's that song that just came to me? Lizzo? Oh, damn. What song is that? Oh, and here's another old one that just came through. When I dream about you. So someone's having dreams. I also laid in bed. I wanted to discuss this with you real quick. Okay. I also laid in bed last night and I was thinking, and I'm sorry guys. I love you too. Oh, that was my Mashi. I haven't talked to her in a few days. And I think it's regarding this, and this is why I stopped the read for a second. Because, laying in bed, talking to spirit, calling in whoever I called in last night. I called in quite a few. And then I was like, all right, well, if you guys want to stay and listen to me, I'm just going to gab now. You can stay. But otherwise, you can go do what it is you're doing. Thanks for joining the party. So please don't forget to talk to your guides. I'm not playing with you. please don't neglect the ones that are around you that you can't see or hear. Okay, it's really important, especially if you're on a spiritual path. So anywho, I'm yapping, and I'm like, a certain thought came in my head, and it was a negative thought, and then it was a good thought, and it had to do with one particular person. And I said to myself, I almost said self, but is it a good idea to think positively about a situation and think about the future, or think about what it would like to be with someone, live with someone, go on vacation with someone, share the same bed as someone, that type of stuff. And I said, well, in my head, I'm like, is it okay though? Because if you're not talking to someone, I feel like it's just, you're putting an image in your head that's kind of a fantasy, and you don't really necessarily act on fantasy. And therefore, why are you trying to put yourself in a place or position to dream about or think about, right? If this other person's not corresponding or reciprocating, there's nothing synergetic happening. So I feel like I came to the conclusion that you really shouldn't put yourselves in those situations and fantasize what it'd be like to do this and do that if you're really not talking to someone. Now, if you guys are talking, then that's one thing. That's great. That's raising your vibration. But I feel like if you're just trying to do it for visualization purposes, or to make yourself happy, or to comfort your own peace of mind, that's not the right way to do it. What you want to do to raise your vibration is picture you in a scenario with nobody with you, you happy, you on the beach, you starting a new job, you doing this, you doing that, right? So a lot of people, I think, can keep themselves in a certain energy by just visualizing this other person in happy moments. And yeah, that's nice, but you're not really self-comforting. To me, you're kind of doing self-damage. Okay, so I just feel like it's this Two of Swords energy, like someone's deciding, like at the end of the day, if you close your eyes and, this person or a person, place, or thing makes you happy, then what is it really to decide? All the practical stuff, everything that has to do with civilization and socializing, and you know what I mean? So I still get it, guys. It's hard. We live in the practical world. I'm not taking that away. But this is peace restored. If you want peace restored, it's one of those situations where you got to be willing to either bare your soul or step away from it. So I just for some reason think it's real important, if you're trying to fix something, then looking at something with visualization is probably a very positive thing. But if this person is not into your life, and you're not talking to them or whatnot, I think you're doing self-damage, because to me that is not a good visualization. You know what I mean? It's, a lot of people would look at that like law of attraction, manifestation, but it is not. To me, I really feel like it's self-damage. Okay, because you put a perception in your visions. How do you expect to move forward or get out of that type of energy? So I really think like what I was experiencing last night and putting together is kind of right here with the Two of Swords. It really just depends on what situation you're at. And then this morning when I was driving to go get my nails done, it crossed my mind again, and I was like, it actually made a lot more sense. Why there's one thing with fantasizing, but there's another thing with what you're actually visualizing with who and why? Is there a purpose for it, or is it for self-comfort? You know, I think in this moment too, if you're focused on someone, you're talking to them, I think somebody wants to try to restore something, or at least come to terms with a truce. It's something, but it's very clear communication. So again, King of Cups, Knight of Swords, Six of Cups, Two of Swords. But this is saying from now until next few weeks, however the Taurus moon interacts with you, this is about restoring something with someone, whether it's a person, place, family, child, a job. Because I'm just seeing like the King of Cups is looking at the snake as if he's about to sabotage something, and he or she might not even look at it like that. It's just people make their own decisions in life. You either accept them or you don't. But whomever this is that you might be communicating with, to me, is clear cut. Either it's yes or no. It's black and white. There's no in between. No matter what comes out of this. So it's positive. I don't see any negativity. You just got to be willing to accept no's or yeses, or you just got to be able to accept whatever direction this chariot takes you in. Taurus full moon, Taurus full moon, Taurus full moon. So you could be dealing with an air sign too, right? But it is water. It is all about the emotions. Taurus is a very earth grounding energy. Depending on where your Taurus sits, mine's Venus. I actually have 4 placements of Taurus. I got a lot of Taurus on my chart. But I also know that stubborn energy right now, and I'm also Cancerian. I mean, I'm also drop the High Priestess again. I'm also a Capricorn moon, so that combo makes it real hard for me sometimes to really like agree or to settle, to really make a decision. You know what I mean? And the nice thing is, I was able to do that, and I'm still willing to accept any outcome that comes my way. So I think a lot of people in that acceptance, or someone is with the restored peace, whether they get it or not, that's why I was like, I think it's important for you to be honest, tell the truth, however this goes down for you, because what you're doing is restoring your own peace of mind versus waiting for someone else, or them waiting on you to decide. Like everything I'm explaining and the advice I'm giving, it is to put your own mind to rest, to proceed, So you have the High Priestess under the King of Cups, so somebody extremely intuitive. She does tend to be destiny. You definitely have higher powers at play. This is where people question free will, or this is when somebody realizes, Goosey, are you digging for gold? Settle yourself. This is when someone this is my dog trying to get comfortable on a dog bed, so let's just give her a minute to pull her shit together and get comfy. But when the High Priestess appears like this is when people start questioning. Now you're gonna come up here, start questioning free will. because this is something that seems to be divinely orchestrated, which makes sense. It's the moon phases, right? Like, we have no control over our planets, like we have no control over our weather, you know. um this is something that is destined. I'm trying to figure out if this is a person or not. It looks to me to be more of divine intervention. I did come to a realization too when it comes to destiny. A lot of the little epiphany moments. I do to myself, it's meant to be, is meant to be. I've always stuck by that. But I got comfortable with that. And I also knew in order to be comfortable with destiny, I had to accept any outcome. But I also had to be extremely honest about where I wanted to go and why. You know? So I kind of feel like some of you are being put in the same situation that I was put in, which only makes sense because I'm explaining it. So it's almost like someone knows the part of a destined path type situation, could possibly be with a soulmate, or it's you on your own, however it goes down for you. But this is where free will kicks in. You can have an opportunity to move forward, or you can stay in the same position. Who's to say how your life would roll? Because someone's feeling that pressure, and I don't know if they think somebody else putting the pressure on them, but it's, to me, it wouldn't be this other person. It's they're feeling their own pressure because they need to be in a different scenario in life. See what I'm saying? Because this King of Cups looks awfully pressured, looks a little angry, looks a little frustrated. And this is like I'm saying, this is when destiny's, playing a role, and somebody, I think, clearly knows that there's something divine going on and a decision needs to be made. Now, in the same situation where you can choose to move forward, but this is the divine kind of pushing in a certain direction. It looks like you might have that person that you probably think might be pushing, but it's not actually them. You do have someone in your corner that wants to restore something, or this is you wanting to restore something. So this is a lot of energy. It's a lot of water energy too to be in right now. Taurus, the moon. You either accept it or you don't. It doesn't mean your life will be awful or sad or sorrow or happy. But if the divine's putting you on a path, and it's kind of foolish not to pursue it, but we all make our own choices. Yeah, I knew that was coming out. The Seven of Swords. The minute I picked up this deck to do this read for you, I didn't even have to pick up the deck. I was in the car, and on the way home, and I was picturing what deck I was going to use, and this is the first card that came to me, and I said to myself, how am I going to read this card if it comes out today? Because in this deck, it's unstable effort. So it's also another reason why the divine's probably intervening too. But it looks like if somebody is not wanting to restore peace with you, and they're not communicating because their back is turned, they're either really considering or however it's going down for them. But don't overexert yourself. Say what needs to be said. If you're anything like me, you probably say a whole lot. All right, but at one point you do have to shut it down. You can't just keep rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling, because someone's not going to be able to catch what you're really saying. which is it's hard for me. I gotta shut that shit down too. I just really wanted to say this one more time. You know, like, you don't need to though. So we kind of have a situation like this. But to me, this is the truth being told. Whatever, maybe somebody who was ever holding back is more willing to be blunt and say what they have to say instead of, you know, sabotaging, because this would be karma that would fall right back on them if they do it the wrong way. Even if it's a breakup, make sure it's a clean breakup. Make sure the other person understands it's a breakup, not just like, I'm out, I can't do this no more, like, this is frustrating, I give up. Like, that's not gonna cut it. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple more before I clarify and see what that's really regarding, but it looks to me right now you might have sent a message and somebody might not be communicating, but I wouldn't worry about it. If you tried to restore something, put it this way. If you're trying to restore something, it's either going to go down or it's not. Don't sit here every day and every second and being like, are they going to reach out? Are they going to respond? Can we restore this? Can we not? Like, don't put yourself in that situation, because then you'd be actually sabotaging restoring your own peace of mind because you have some type of clarity, you know? But it more or less looks like something's going to be restored, but it could really go either way. I'll know more when I clarify. 2 more for Taurus, full moon. 2 more for Taurus, full moon. Party in the USA. I don't know why that came to me. All right, Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. My little bowls, my little bowls. 2 7 side by side. Someone might be born in 77. It might just be something about 77. But this looks like this 7 of Pentacles is something that someone put effort into, and right now it feels like it's just unfulfilled. So these are kind of 2 very negative cards, which are kind of really unfortunate. But this could be also what you're dismissing, or somebody else is dismissing. Hold on. Because it looks like someone's just not ready to put effort in, or just, you know. To me, I look at it as being way more positive because it keeps bringing me to the peace restored. So whether it's your own peace of mind or you're actually restoring peace with someone, you could have been dealing with someone, because this is some type of message. So you could have been dealing with somebody who was not putting effort into talking, speaking, being blunt. And it was very unfulfilling. But the positive I see in this with the Knight of Swords and the 7 of Swords is that someone's going to speak the truth, because the Knight of Swords comes in to deliver truths. I bet. Get a superstar, that's what you are. Coming from above, reaching for the stars. Run away with me. What are you doing? You just had it. Come on. Hurry, hurry.
It's only 2 hours.
I know.
So that's 2 hours ago, isn't it?
No, it wasn't so. I don't. Just hurry up. Ben smokes jewels. They don't ever take my pod, but they take my little thing. And it's like, stop it. You got the 9 of Swords on top of the Two of Swords. So someone's feeling this stress, this anxiety. And it looked like it could be the Emperor feeling stress, anxiety. You know, if you're feeling negative stress, then let it go. If you're feeling stressed out because you're worried, then something can be restored, but you got to be willing to speak up and be honest and bare your soul. You can either do it or you don't. It's one of those things. You can either accept it or you can't. It really is that simple. You know, the process is not simple, but this is somebody who's to me is more negative Nelly than, you know, this is more my glass is freaking empty versus half full. To me, I think I'm going to use a different deck to clarify, because these cards are sharp and they're brutal, and this Nine of Swords talks about cruelty. You know, I definitely feel like there's a wee bit of narcissism here, but we all have that narcissism in us. It's just a matter of how it's being used, presented, portrayed. I don't think you're dealing with a full out narcissist where it's like, oh, don't bother. It's not like that. But it's like they're in their own narcissistic energy. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. I'm going to use a different deck, but tell me about the Seven of Swords. So, what is it going to say? Oh, I got to see how this comes out first before I do this. Somebody needs to me, this looks like a wilted sun. Like somebody needs to water their own soul. Like, maybe somebody thinks, I'm better off alone, versus battling your own demons, the dark night of the soul. You know, you can't escape the dark night of the soul if that's what you're going through. It would have been something you asked for consciously, unconsciously, it doesn't matter. You would have asked for it. This is like a breaking point where you can either run or work through it. This is where someone's at in their relationship or with whomever they're dealing with. It's a delicate time. Thank you.
In case you didn't know, Wi-Fi was
Awesome. It's all set up. Sweet. So with the Seven of Swords, see, yeah, Nine of Cups, it's material happiness too. So this is positive. So this could be anyone you're dealing with right now, and they just might not be talking, or you're slowly talking. But this is a good thing. You have a chance to make a relationship or something with a soulmate, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, something good again. You know, a brand new start here with the Ace of Pence. Just tell me about this Nine of Swords real quick. If I grab another deck, please. Before we get a little further. Because this is, you know, right now is more fear. It's coming across as fear in something that you could work through. Oh, yeah, as I was saying, it's like a delicate part in someone's story where it's like make it or break it. And the only thing that would break it would be if somebody just is too worried about what society would think versus their own fulfillment. And depending on where you are in life, you know, we all have to make those decisions at some point. But it looks like you have someone that wants to make those type of decisions with you. Ten of Wands. So yeah, it's a lot. It's like time to lay the weight down and talk about something. You got that, yeah, you got the Knight of Wands coming in swinging too. So someone does want to talk and restore. But I don't know if this means, you know, happily ever after for you guys, or if you guys are just going to go to a friendship, or this could be a work boss relationship where there's just a lot of tension between people in the office, and somebody intervenes because you're all supposed to be working together on a certain project, and it's like, okay, it's time to lay the weight down. It's time to get to the bottom of it. Like, we can't work in these conditions, you know. So it is still very positive. I need you to be realistic about your situation. Even though I'm a love channel, I'm definitely a realist. Trying to think of what type of depiction I want. Oh, I'm over here grabbing all sorts of freaking cards. I'm over here grabbing all sorts of freaking cards for you guys right now. Like, what the holy moly? I don't need this many cards. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna pull you a moon card. I pulled this deck first, but there's not really that great of depiction on it. But I can clearly see what it is we're looking at. So I'll go 3 rounds for you. So right now, this is what the Taurus full moon is bringing you. This is how I read for my newbies, besides everything I was just saying. This is an opportunity that's given with a soulmate, whether it's a lover or not, to restore something, to find happiness in a situation, to speak from your soul, to look at something in a positive manner. If something is unfulfilled, then it is time to fill these cups. There's someone here to fill the cups. See what I'm saying? This is kind of being divinely orchestrated with the high priestess here, because she doesn't look like a she. This is kind of, it's like this person knows something's destiny, or they're aware that you're spiritual. They're aware. Okay. And there's an opportunity here to restore, lay the weight down. It's not easy bearing a soul. Okay. It's not, it's hard. And just be honest with yourself and someone else, no matter the outcome here, because it's the only way you're going to restore your own peace of mind, whether this person stays in your life or comes back, or however it goes down for you. Please remember that, because there are some lessons here that were learned. Everybody went through a lot of stuff for months now. For a good solid month, we had so much bickering and lessons and karma on the board. It is time to let that type of energy go. It's one of those energies that were on the board where it's like you're trying to explain how you feel, but somebody looks at it like it's just another damn argument. We're arguing about the same damn thing. And it's like you were dealing with somebody who didn't want to tit for tat, but for you it wasn't tit for tat. For you it was important. And like for me, that type of stuff really needs to be fully addressed. I need to understand that this other person's grasping what I'm grasping, or I need to grasp what it is I'm not grasping off of you, so we can move past it. So everyone's different in how they think about things and how they communicate and how they feel, right? So there was definitely some frustration on the board the last month with these 5 of Swords coming out. But now the 5 of Swords energy should be clearing off the board, because it just is. So tell me about this King of Cups. Ace of Wands. So they see what I'm saying? They see the possibility. This person's just as intuitive as you are, because this High Priestess is more destiny. See, it's strength that's needed in this situation right this second. Tell me about this Two of Swords. I think the other energy in this relationship, whether it's a boss, a lover, a friendship, is the Six of Cups. This person's not coming out as male, female. Like, there's no need. And if this is nobody in your life, then you need to make peace with that. You know? You need to make peace with that. Two of Swords real quick, please. Two of Swords. To me, it's saying someone needs to lay the weight down. This could even be you in a relationship that's no good. Say you had enough of your boyfriend, and it's like you let it go on long enough, like 6 months too long. It's time for you to lay that weight down. So, yeah, see, here comes the... Dun, 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 dun. It's the two of you need to make this decision. King of Pence and Queen of Wands. And it makes sense that the two of these would come out. So you might be dealing with an air sign, a fire sign. The woman seems to be in fire sign right now, and the masculine seems to be in Cappy, just earth energy, which is fantastic. Or they need to make a decision when it comes to, this could be another woman if it's a relationship, if there's a third party. But I don't see that right now on the board, so I'm not going to read it that way. It's two people that need to make one decision together, especially if it's destined. You should be making this decision together, whether or not to stay together or not. What to try to fix, what not to fix, yada yada, that type of stuff. It's the two of you needing to make these decisions. A lot of people forget that when it comes to relationships. But when you have someone like this and there's a bond, whether you stay together, work through it, it's time to do it the right way. Whether you stay together or not, it's you sit down, you have a conversation. Whether you go your separate ways or not, troops. No more of, I just can't handle this, I'm done. It's just, it doesn't work that way. Something will come back and keep biting you in the ass. Tell me about the Six of Cups. Somebody has a decision to make whether or not to fill someone else's cups up too, right? Yeah, Eight of Pence. Do I want a commitment? Do I not? Do I want to work on this? Do I not? It's the same energy as the Two of Swords. So this is more of like your subconscious. Six of Pence. This is more of like your subconscious at this point, either you or whomever you're dealing with, deciding whether or not to, commit to something. Paint a picture of someone's future, the visions, that type of stuff. Someone's deciding, do I lay down the Queen of Wands? Or do I restore? If you ask me, this looks positive. This gentleman looks like he's ready to present himself in a very beautiful manner. You're dealing with somebody who probably dresses nice. He's got a lot of class. Might be in the public eye. Something about a reputation. Because it's like, look at the way he's kind of like, he's just damper. You know what I mean? He's looking right at you. So they're both very attracted to each other. But I like the fact that he's coming out as the King of Pence, because that's somebody who will try to compromise, restore. I just know you guys are looking at a very hard decision in front of you on whether or not to restore something. And it's even harder because the person you're dealing with a situation where it's like you guys definitely know you feel like it's destined. It's not one of those things where it's not. So you have an opportunity to come together and work on something. It's just a matter of how it goes. Something about the High Priestess. To me, this is the High Priestess. It's universal. It's intervening. This is like, this could actually be even someone's guide, that more than the universe. To me, it's the universe, but it can be a guy. I knew those were gonna flip again. That was the Page of Coin and the Queen of Coin. Princess of Swords. So it's like they're watching you. The King of Cups is either watching you, or this is the universe. They're watching. But if this, I think it's a guide. I think it's more of like a loved one. It is somebody intervening. I don't know what that's regarding. I hope it doesn't like freak you out, but this is, I mean, could this person be watching you on social media, or if you're a YouTuber, you got your own channel, they're watching you. Yeah, but that's not how, God, what a gorgeous horse. That's not how this is being perceived right now. This is the universe saying, like, let's go. Once again, like, let's go. Like, figure it out. Make a decision. And this would be you having to make that decision. Do you want to put time and effort into something that was unfulfilled? Because people don't just change overnight. So you got to be careful on who's stepping back into your life too. Somebody just comes back and is like, oh, I want this now. I know I didn't want it before. And because someone was being lied to. Or just the whole thing was just, it was, the foundation was being built upon lies and unfulfillment. There was not 100% in a situation. So if this is a restoring, so this means you're either in a relationship that's not going too well and you're going to try to restore, or you just broke up, or this is somebody in the last few months you stopped talking to and wants to come back in because the energy's still here. It's fresh. You know? So do you even want to put time and effort into something that wasn't working anyway and it looked like someone just walked away? You know, because a lot of people at that point will literally up and say, fuck it, I'm out. Why? Because it's easier. It's easier than to go down the road of let's try to do this and fix this together. But I'm telling you, if you're going to do this and try to fix it together, you both got to be all in, because there's a shot that could happen. But again, I'm not kidding. We have another group where this is very positive, but we do have another group where it's positive, where you really do have to come to your own peace of mind and go after bigger and better things. Because I'm telling you, within this energy, so this means from the shadow point until now, so let's just say the last 2 weeks, a full moon can kick my ass for 2 weeks before and after. So it's always a 4-week grace period with me with full moons. New moon's not as lengthy, but this could have already been happening for the last 2 weeks. You were feeling unhappy and very unfulfilled. You know what I mean? So, but it does look like there's some type of communication coming in. I mean, the Knight of Swords is here. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. So it's up to you. Is it worth putting energy into this person? Because it is risking something that felt like a failed situationship. before, but it's also very sabotaging energy and truths not being told and people not bearing their souls the way a soul should be bared if this is something you want in life. Okay. So yeah, the Knight of Swords, this is confidence, this is independency, this is, you know, it's a comfort card too. It's integrity, it's strength, it's a lot of things. That's actually a really good, yeah, it's that strength. So it, you know, it took strength to even be single or on your own or to leave a situation, however this applies to you, however it's applying to your life. It took strength for you to stop going on someone's social media and spying, however it works for you. All I know is that somebody's going to have the confidence to message you. It looks like they're going to have an epiphany moment and you guys will be able to restore something. I just don't know. Just, you know, it's nice to get excited and be positive. But I don't know if this is your forever. I don't know if it was just you guys were supposed to restore it so you can figure out your own karma and then each go your own way too. It depends on who you are and what you guys want out of this. It could be simply platonic. Okay? So, just depends. Doesn't look like it, but it could be. All right. And now you got 2 9s right next to each other too. You could be dealing with somebody who's already in a commitment with the 8 of Pentacles coming out on the 6 of Cups. But this would be someone deciding to leave a situation. This boils down to one person, whether it's a third party or not. Somebody gets X'd out. And my whole point of this, of me preaching and giving advice, is to be okay with whatever goes down. Because if destiny is playing a role, it's also playing a role on your part too. So if it's not a meant to be scenario, your meant to be scenario will still show up. Either way, you're going to find out. But you're not going to find out if you don't truly let go and truly accept whether you want to do this or not. See what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Like, you got to let something go, or you got to try, but you got to speak the truth on what it is you want to do. And either this person, and you got to tell yourself, without even getting a response from this person, it's either going to go this way or it's going to go this way. And I'm going to accept either way it goes, because destiny plays a part. So either way, you're going to be okay. Either way, you have one person still seeking happiness. If the other one wants to come in and play part and you both seek the happiness together, then that's fantastic, because it looks like that's the way it's supposed to be. But that doesn't mean it always works out that way. So just know the other energy is still proceeding and moving towards their happiness, whether it's her or he, because it's divine. So it's a very, very beautiful read. Okay. You just have to be able to accept the outcome. Because what's meant to be will be. And at the end of the day, whether there's somebody there by your side or not, you know, happiness is what's important. It's what you want. Right? So you kind of win either way. So don't worry about the outcome. Already have it in your head that you can accept it either way, no matter how it works out. Already accept that in your head. Tell me about this 6 of Cups. Two of Wands. So someone could be in a commitment too, right? But it's a new direction. The universe is giving you a new direction, but you do kind of have to go towards the unknown. You do have to be vulnerable. You do have to open up and talk. You do have to want to fill your cups that are unfulfilled. This is a situation where I'm telling you, you got to bare your damn soul. And if you can't do it, then get out of the damn situation and let the right person step in and stop procrastinating. Because if it's being divinely orchestrated, you both deserve something. And if someone can't give it to the other person, do the right thing and step out of the way. And that goes for you too, women who have two men. You know what I mean? Like, it's time to make that decision. Step out of somebody else's way because they deserve what it is you seek, but no one gets anything out of that situation until you decide. That was a message for someone because I just saw it clear as day right there. So tell me about the Seven of Pence. But this Seven of Pence is unfulfilled. It's you're in a situation that's not very fulfilling. Yeah, see, Five of Pence. But it's reversed too. You know, this is not necessarily lack of comfort. It could be misery loves company, but it's like two people in a household might be very unfulfilled in a connection, and somebody considering they got a taste of something or someone, but they still need to lay the weight down. And I know it sounds like I'm saying it looks like right now, maybe there is a third party, maybe there is someone who has to decide between two women. But don't put yourselves in situations like that anymore. Get yourselves out of them. You decide. This is what I want. If we can work this out, great. But this is the way it's going to have to be. And you two are going to have to agree on how things are going to have to be and how do you work through this to get to where you need to be, because you can't stay in that. You know what I'm saying? So it is a hard decision. So that's why I said state what you have to state, I guess, and be comfortable with no matter what outcome. Because it's not up to you to make someone else happy or to prove to somebody that their happiness is with you. Like I said, state what you have to state and accept what needs to be accepted. Because you got to stand in your morals, your truth, your integrity, what you want from this situation. Because that's the only way to get it. You either get it and you work on it and you restore it, or you don't. And you accept it. Because either way, someone's going towards their happiness. It's either you're along for the ride or you're not. You both have an opportunity for brand new. It looks like the feminine's getting it either way. But the masculine has a chance to have it if they choose. But they got a hard path to choose right now too. Because it looks like they're the ones that possibly have the bigger decision. But it's like, I don't even like saying it like that, but it does look like they're the ones that where it's like there is something heavy weighing on their shoulders. You know, we're all put in circumstances. Everybody, with this being divine, everybody came into your life at the right time for the right reasons. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's clear enough. I don't need to explain that. They didn't come in to fuck up your life and purposely fuck with you. This intervention was to come in and make your lives better. A connection. A nice connection, you know? So, but it comes with a lot of hardship. Tell me about the Ten of Wands, which we really don't need to really talk about because it's given. Someone needs to put the weight down, whether it's this person, another person, that's just it. But there's most definitely an opportunity for something to be restored and for you guys to go towards happiness. It just depends on how it goes down for you guys. That's all. This has a lot to do with self-respect, though, because you've learned a lot of lessons. Don't get me wrong, this looks positive, but this isn't minor. Like, where do you want to get lunch today? It's not like that. This is major. It's not like, hey, which bathing suit should I wear? No. not like that. Princess of Swords. So like I said, it looks like the feminine needs to decide. You're going to try to restore, then great. If not, because it looks like she's communicating very nice and clearly. If not, lay the weight down. Because just keep in the back of your mind, whether it works out or not, divine or not, it doesn't matter. Please tell yourself, you know it's divine. You're going towards happiness anyway. Do you probably want this person on that journey with you? Yes. But if it doesn't happen, don't you dare for 1 second think that you're still not going straight towards happiness. Because you are. So you got to be strong enough too to lay the weight down and know when to lay the weight down. I'm going to throw you a moon card. Oh, yeah, I don't know where the book is. I actually did want to throw you a moon card. This is my house. These are my oracles, though. This is House of the Wisdom of the Night. Is that what it is? Wisdom of the House of Night. I can peek and see if my moonology deck is in the other room real quick, but these cards are great too. These cards are just as great. Taurus full moon, please. Okay. Success. Fulfillment. Because this is what the universe, this is the opportunity that's being given. Like I said, it's beautiful. But sometimes that success comes when you lay weight down. So please go back and listen to what I'm really trying to get the message across. Either way, at the end of the day, no matter how in love you are, right now, if it's not fulfilling and someone doesn't want to restore it, your success and fulfillment still comes. But it's not going to come if you hold on to something that's not putting effort into something. Do you understand me? It's time to celebrate now. You have achieved success. Accomplishments are yours now, and you're in the position to reap the rewards for your hard work. The symbol of success reminds you that hard work pays off. Being true to yourself and refusing to compromise will yield good things. Choosing this symbol is a wondrous sign that all well is about to happen in your life. This symbol requires you to keep working hard. The least you lose, the more knowledge is gained. Now is not the time for slacking off. Keep going and celebrate even your smallest victories. Be proud of yourself as I am proud of you. Remember, everything you choose will come to be realized, so choose wisely. And I haven't read this deck in a very long time, and that's exactly the message I just gave you. Okay? And at the bottom of the deck, you do have fulfillment. So, celebrate your choices at this time that you have drawn the symbol of fulfillment. Now is a time to digest everything that you've learned probably late in life as well. Savor every moment of this encounter because it's intended to actually feed your soul. You are meant to have a rich, satisfying life and to taste all the experiences that it has to offer. Look around you and recognize the way your lives are already fulfilled. You have so many reasons to feel good about yourself, as well as you will be when you choose fulfillment. And that's exactly what I just said about the whole, you choose either way. That's why speak the truth, say what you have to say. If you're willing to work something out and somebody else is too, then that's fantastic. But if not, like I was saying, you need to put that weight down too. You don't hold on to something that is not participating, that is not fulfilling, that is not putting effort into something. You don't hold on to something if it's unstable or it's off and on. You figure it out, you stick to it, you push through, and your soul needs to be bared. And if you're not willing to bare your soul, this is a dolo mission. And you're going right towards happiness. So it's a beautiful read either way. Okay. Let me peek I haven't done the moon cards in a while. Let me just peek and see if I have that book. I don't see it. It could possibly. What beautiful cards, guys. These are the two, almost the two best cards in the deck, though. No joke. No joke, yo. It might be lingering in here, so let me... Hey, I don't know when I lost you. I don't know when I lost you, but I found my Moonology deck. I was over there talking to you. So, I'm going to pull you a Moonology card real quick. Tell you what you're working with. I'm going to tell you what you're working with. Absolutely beautiful read. You can be happy with or without anyone in your life. As soon as you realize the beauty out of knowing what you have and what you don't want to lose, life gets real. It shut me down again. I guess it doesn't want me to share that thought with you. So I went to go say it twice. I don't know why that happens. So, the moon in Taurus, full moon in Taurus, sorry. Advice. Advice, advice, advice. How do I want to word it? Once you find happiness in life and you realize you're happy whether somebody's along this journey with you or not, and you learn to get to the point where you know what you want, and if you can't have what you want, it's still okay. Because you know what you were getting is not what you wanted. So somebody spoke up. But he or she still seems okay with, I either have you in my life or I don't. Regardless, it's like she knows she's going towards happiness. Why? Because she found her own happiness with or without anyone. She already came to the realization it'd be real nice if we did this together. But either way, I'm going towards my happy. See what I'm saying? It's a win-win outcome in the forecast. So let's see what that has to say. So that's very positive, and this is karma. You know, something is karmically a win. So it says this is a sign of partnerships and falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else or closely relating to someone else. Since the full moons are about climaxes and conclusion, this card suggests you're about to start a new relationship that's more important than your existing relationship, and something's going to change right now, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come into our lives for a reason, and sometimes it could be for a season, or sometimes it could be for a lifetime. or there could be a relationship ending right now, or doing the right thing to try to figure it out and not to fight, but to move on to a new relationship. There's a sense that you need balance. You need to balance you and your ego, or somebody else's needs. If you look at this in a positive way, it's a win-win outcome, and it's possible to give and take. All right. So doing so might be the answer to your question. Let go of whatever it is that's falling away. Okay. It's time for you to make a firm decision. It's time for you to focus on yourself too. It's time to look after yourself or someone else, and to do it without vanity. And now is a great time for a do-over / makeover. See the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. In this, every card, advice card that's come out, pretty much sums up exactly what I said within the read. Okay. So no matter if you pull this card, it encourages you to find the balance between your desires and the people around you. Okay. This is new love energy that's being brought in. So for some of you, it is probably a third party scenario, but you notice how that didn't even really come into play because it's kind of irrelevant. It's irrelevant because I think somebody's at the point where they're not tolerating it. It's this or this. Either way, someone's going to be happy. It does look like somebody wants the other somebody to come along, but it's everything will go down the way it's supposed to. Everybody came into your life exactly when they were supposed to. Whether it was a harsh lesson or not. I learned the harsh way a lot, and it sucks. But I also see the lessons that it teaches me, and the growth with each lesson, and why it went down, and what someone needs to go through in order to find this. This is another chapter of someone's life. It's not just a shift of energy that's going to last for a few months. This is another chapter, and it's a beautiful chapter. It's really pushing through and moving forward. With or with you're at the point where with or without, but it's like you have an inner knowing someone's supposed to be there with you. But again, you're going towards your happiness regardless, because that was probably one part of your lesson too. I got myself there last year. It took a long time, and I found myself in the situation where I got tested on that again. Why run? Well, people run because there's conditioning, there's society, there's expectations, there's so many reasons why. So many reasons why people don't push through. Look at, if you're spiritual, look how long it took you to push through something. Look how long it took you to realize something. Look how long it took for you to motivate yourself. It's not that it's simple, but it's not simple. But it looks like in this situation, looks like there's somebody that can, between the two of you, you have each other to push through what this is. But it doesn't always work that way just because we know it's destined. There's still free will. It's a tough scenario. It's flurrying out. But when we're in the position where we can say, been there, done that, we've been beat up and rocks were thrown at us, and we felt we were trapped in a cave and the universe hated us, and we've been through all that. You might be dealing with somebody who has not been through all that, or they might have and they just forgot, or it is what it is. I can't put words in somebody else's mouth. I can only tell you from my experience what I feel, and possibly like what I'm seeing on the board, right? But everyone has their own reasons on why they stay where they stay. The important thing is it looks like two people are about to choose a new direction in life, and it might be together. Regardless, it looks like success fulfillment. Even if you guys are together, you're still on a road where you're probably battling everybody else for your own happiness. So you still have stages to push through, but I don't see those stages being bad stages. If anything, it'd be people envying you, but little did they know what you had to go through to actually have this type of success. This is not the average Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This is Mr. Hierophant and Mrs. High Priestess. There's a reason, there's a purpose. You guys bring out the best in each other too, for sure. When you have universal matches like that, whether you feel like you're so different, or I don't even know if I know you that well. Yeah, you do. You guys know each other better than anyone. It's just the inner knowing. But some people can't go off of inner knowing because they live in a very practical world, a world of rules and laws. Our rules and laws are really a lot different, so it's important not to judge. And the beautiful thing is somebody knows all this. That's why you're going to be successful either way. But I do truly hope you get what you want. Either way, I think you will. And not in a smug way or a cocky way. I think you're going towards happiness. It's not about, I can't do this alone. I won't do this without you. It's not life or death. But from the bottom of your soul, you know exactly who you want with you to experience it together. So it's quite the read. It was a beautiful read too. Okay. Thanks, Teresa. You're the bestest. You're the bestest. So I'm gonna have some lunch, and then I'm gonna come back. What time is it? Yeah, I got a little time, but I got a client. Not a client. I just got an emergency read at 2. So, I do want to use a deck that I haven't used in a long time though. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful read. Thank you, everyone. I love you. I'll see you in like 10 minutes. Okay, you guys are very welcome. And welcome, welcome, welcome to all my freshies. All my freshies. It's a beautiful read. With or without, you're going to succeed. It's beautiful. It's hard. It's a heartbreaking read too, because some of you won't have that person might not come along. But it looks like they are. But remember what I said about visions too, because it's all about you, your happiness, your success. Someone else doesn't make you successful. Can somebody else come into the picture and motivate you and that person will see the success within you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need someone else to be successful. But how am I trying to word this? But this person will see the success. What are they trying to make me say? They already see the success within you or something. I don't know exactly what it is they're trying to say. But you guys know, it's all about self-worth, self-love. it's a gorgeous read. This for somebody who's learned some harsh lessons the hard way, and either way, you're going towards something big. And congratulations. And for some of you, someone's coming along for the ride. And for the ones that go along for the ride, you guys are gonna have to bare your souls. But it's going to be, it's so worth it. So worth it to trust each other in this journey. If you're getting the opportunity to have someone tag along in this journey with you. Vice versa. It's not really tag along. But you know what I mean. You know what it's like to be vulnerable. You know what it's like to bare your soul. To strip naked in front of somebody. To really put your heart and soul and trust in somebody like that again. Because I guarantee you probably did that only once in your life. And it got robbed. It got stripped from you. And so it's bare bones all over again. But it's got to be the most rewarding relationship. I want to find myself in that type of relationship again. And those relationships take work. It's not tit for tat. It's hard, dedicated work. You got to trust each other's souls. Which takes time, but you got to go in positive, clean slates. And you hope for the best that it works out. And if it doesn't, you're going to be okay either way. And if that's where you're at in your life, then congratulations. Okay. So, I'll be back in about 10 minutes, okay? I love you. I love you guys more. Very positive read. Truly is an extremely positive read. I love it. It's reads like that realize how much I've learned and what I deserve. So, there's that. Sending all my love to you. I just saw all those hats, and that's the song that just came to me. S for super and the U is for unique. I can't keep on singing because it's inappropriate. I don't know why that just came to me too. But something, it's supersonic. It's supersonic. All right? Be back in 10 minutes. I love you guys so much. If someone can timestamp read starts at 23 minutes, I would really appreciate it. Love you. See you soon. Bye. Thanks, Teresa.